copyright notices. If you wish to read, pause the video. The original videos are linked in the description down below. Enjoy. Okay then, so in this one what you're going to see is Reggie walking down an estate and then him getting stopped and searched under section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act. This is another one they've been starting to use quite a lot on people which don't want to communicate with them. They believe that's grounds to search them. But like I said, this is not going to be the full video. It's going to be a small segment of that video where he gets stopped, he gets searched, and then is on the way to, and that's basically going to be at the stop of the search, and then that's where I'm going to end it. But this video is very entertaining, so go over to his channel if you haven't already watched it and watched a full unedited version of this video. Like I said, I am going to be using this full video. I'm going to be using a small segment of the video, but there is lots of very entertaining parts of his video which I'm not going to be using, so do go over and use them and watch that video. But let's just get straight into it.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. No, I've got to be somewhere. I don't like police. Can't hear you. I can't hear you. Yes, I'm walking somewhere. No, I've got to be somewhere, my friend.
Yeah, I know, but do you see where we're coming from? Because you've seen us, you've turned around and you've walked away.
No, I've gone the wrong way.
You've gone the wrong way? Right, okay, where have you got to go?
That's none of your business, my friend.
I'm just talking to you, mate. Just talking to you. What's your name, mate?
Sorry?
What's your name?
I can't hear you.
What's your name?
Why?
I'm just wondering.
I can't tell you.
Right, no worries, mate. Have a nice day.
All right.
Have a nice day. Pardon?
I just said I gone the wrong way, you know.
Right, okay. Right, do you understand why?
Are you looking for somewhere what we can help you with?
No, thank you. No.
Do you see though why we've come round here? It's just because obviously when you've gone round the corner, you've seen us. It's like you've walked in the hole.
No, basically what it is, I went down that street and I realised I'm in the wrong road.
Right, okay.
Yes.
What road is it you're looking for?
I can't tell you.
Why?
It's private.
Right, listen, mate. So because of obviously your demeanour and the way that you've turned around the corner, it's almost like you're trying to avoid us.
No, definitely not. I'm not running.
I know. But
Yes.
from me, it looks like you're trying to avoid us. All right.
Really?
It did do, yeah.
No, definitely not.
So look, that's my grounds. So under section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act, I'm going to detain you for the purpose of search. All right. It's a high drug use area. Obviously, you've seen us. You look like you're actively trying to avoid us. And obviously...
Sorry, I misheard that. You're going to what, sorry?
Alright. So my name's PC Cliff.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm based at Blackpool Police Station.
Yeah.
So my grounds for this search under section...
Oh, you're going to search me?
Yeah, under section
Really?
23, yeah.
Really?
Just hear me out.
I'm going to explain to you
Just hear me out, because I'm going to explain to you, alright?
Yeah.
So my grounds are, when we walked round that corner,
Yeah.
you've seen us, and then you've turned around and you've walked back in a whole complete opposite direction.
Okay,
Which
yes.
is a bit suspicious.
Yes.
It's a high drug use area. Alright. So that's the reason.
No worries. I have to film this then, my friend.
No, not a problem, not a problem.
Alright then, so the reason for his search was he apparently actively avoided the police. And because it's in a high drug area or some crap like that, right? So, obviously we know what his section is using, section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act 1971. Reggie gave his excuse for why he turned around. And he already said he doesn't like the police, so he doesn't want to interact with the police. But let's see what this section actually says. I am going to let this read it all out because I can't be bothered with people complaining, oh, why don't you read this bit, or why don't you read that bit. It's funny how you left that out. So I'm just going to let it play, read it all out.
Powers to search and obtain evidence. 1. A constable or other person authorised in that behalf by a general or special order of the Secretary of State, or in Northern Ireland either of the Secretary of State or the Ministry of Home Affairs for Northern Ireland, shall, for the purposes of the execution of this Act, have power to enter the premises of a person carrying on business as a producer or supplier of any controlled drugs, and to demand the production of, and to inspect, any books or documents relating to dealings in any such drugs and to inspect any stocks of any such drugs. 2. If a constable has reasonable grounds to suspect that any person is in possession of a controlled drug in contravention of this Act or of any regulations, F1 or orders made thereunder, the constable may A. Search that person and detain him for the purpose of searching him. B. Search any vehicle or vessel in which the constable suspects that the drug may be found, and for that purpose require the person in control of the vehicle or vessel to stop it. C. Seize and detain, for the purposes of proceedings under this Act, anything found in the course of the search which appears to the constable to be evidence of an offence under this Act. In this subsection, vessel includes a hovercraft within the meaning of the M1 Hovercraft Act 1968, and nothing in this subsection shall prejudice any power of search or any power to seize or detain property which is exercisable by a constable apart from this subsection. 3. If a justice of the peace, or in Scotland a justice of the peace, a magistrate or a sheriff, is satisfied by information on oath that there is reasonable ground for suspecting A. That any controlled drugs are, in contravention of this Act or of any regulations, F2 or orders made thereunder, in the possession of a person on any premises, or B. That a document directly or indirectly relating to, or connected with, a transaction or dealing which was, or an intended transaction or dealing which would if carried out be, an offence under this Act, or in the case of a transaction or dealing carried out or intended to be carried out in a place outside the United Kingdom, an offence against the provisions of a corresponding law in force in that place, is in the possession of a person on any premises. He may grant a warrant authorizing any constable F3, at any time or times within 1 month from the date of the warrant, to enter, if need be by force, the premises named in the warrant, and to search the premises and any persons found therein, and, if there is reasonable ground for suspecting that an offence under this Act has been committed in relation to any controlled drugs found on the premises or in the possession of any such persons, or that a document so found is such a document as is mentioned in paragraph B above, to seize and detain those drugs or that document, as the case may be. F for 3a. The powers conferred by subsection 1 above shall be exercisable also for the purposes of the execution of Part 2 of the Criminal Justice, International Cooperation, Act 1990 F5, F6 or Article 47 of the Proceeds of Crime, Northern Ireland, Order 1996, and subsection 3 above, excluding paragraph A, shall apply also to offences under Section 12 or 13 of that Act, F7 of 1990, taking references in those provisions to controlled drugs as references to scheduled substances within the meaning of that part. For or a person commits an offence if he A. Intentionally obstructs a person in the exercise of his powers under this section, or B. It conceals from a person acting in the exercise of his powers under subsection 1 above any such books, documents, stocks or drugs as are mentioned in that subsection, or C. Without reasonable excuse, proof of which shall lie on him, fails to produce any such books or documents as are so mentioned where their production is demanded by a person in the exercise of his power under that subsection. F8 5.
And now you know why I do not like to let it all read out, because everything from here on down is absolutely irrelevant. This bit's irrelevant and this bit is irrelevant up to here. So for those people asking for it all to be read out, that's why I do it. If you want to read it all out, go and do it yourself. The relevant parts here is, like I already said, if a constable has reasonable grounds to suspect that any person is in possession of a controlled drug in contradiction to this, so does he have reasonable grounds to believe that somebody's in possession just because he doesn't want to have a conversation with him? I believe his excuse is good enough. Like he said, it was a dead end. Reggie's clearly not from that area, and he doesn't know the streets. And if you go into a dead end and you're not in that one, you're going to turn around, aren't you, the minute you notice it's a dead end, regardless if there's police there or not. So what they're saying is, by his reasoning, this copper's reasoning is, if you're going the wrong way, tough titty, if there's a copper there, you've got to keep going, and you've got to interact with them, otherwise they're going to search you under some bogus reason because they believe you might have drugs on you or weapons or anything by what he's saying. Now, if you disagree with me, let us know in the comments down below why you disagree with me. But let's continue.
You can film me all you want.
So basically, you're pulling me up for you're searching me for misuse of drugs.
So
Act.
Section 23 Misuse of Drugs Act search.
Yes.
So the reason why, as I've said, is obviously because I've already told you this 3 times now.
Yes.
You've seen us. You've turned
Yes.
around. You've gone the whole opposite way. I've
Yes.
tried to interact with you, and you've carried on walking.
I couldn't hear you. I said I can't hear
Yeah,
you.
I know. But when we've come closest, when my colleagues asked you, you said you've turned around the wrong street. We've asked you what street it is, and you said
Yes.
you can't remember. So obviously that gives me grounds to believe that you might be carrying controlled substances on you.
Oh,
That's fair.
Yeah, but drugs though. You're going
So-
around the drugs
So,
route.
yeah, I am, because it's a high drug use area.
So
Okay.
you just
The
just
way
because
that you
I've gone
act
down the
with
wrong
us-
street, you're saying that I might be carrying
No,
drugs.
no, not just that. It's the whole demeanour. All right.
What?
So
I
gives
look
me
chill,
grounds,
right?
That gives me grounds to search you. Can you just put your phone down, take your hands out your pocket, mate? You're not in any trouble, all right?
No, but I don't, because so basically the grounds are just because I turn down the street, turn around, you're searching me for drugs.
And your demeanour with
What's
us
the
as
demeanour,
well.
though?
And your demeanour, it's like you don't want to speak to us.
I don't have to, though, right?
But no, you don't have to at all. But you're actively trying to avoid us. You've seen.
No, I
us.
didn't. Because I told you why I turn around. I've gone down the wrong street, right?
I know, but then when
It's
my
a dead
coll-
end,
when my
right? Is
colleagues
that a
are-
dead end?
Listen, listen.
Mate, don't give it that.
You're not
Right,
hearing
let's go back to basics.
Go on.
What's your call number?
5379.
And where are you based?
I've done Go Wiser with
Where
you.
are you based?
So my name is PC 5379 Cliff. I'm
Yeah.
based at Blackpool Police Station.
Yes.
All right. I've given you my grounds to search 3 times now.
And you've said just
All
because
right.
I went down the street and turned around when I seen you, that's grounds for a drug search.
Not just that. We're going in circles now.
We're not going in circles. I
Yeah,
want to
I've
establish
explained
these
this 3 times.
these
Right,
grounds.
look, I'm going to
Oh,
search
you can
All
search.
Have you got
search
anything
me.
on your watch?
Nothing, honestly. I
Nothing.
can tell you,
It's
I've
fine.
no sharps, no
It's
nothing.
fine. It's fine. All right,
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay then, so we're gonna start with this one. So what we're gonna get at first, this copper lied straight away and said Reggie said he could not remember. That did not come out of Reggie's mouth at all. He's said the same thing from the off. He turned down the wrong street and that's a dead end, so he turned around. But I think this copper messed up because before your search, what should they do? Their name and police station, he did do. What they are expecting to find, which I don't think they did do that. The reason for the search, he did that, but I don't think it's good enough. Why they're legally allowed to do the search, definitely didn't do that. And that you can have a copy of the search record. Well, he hasn't done the search yet, so we don't know if he's going to do that. But most of them do that and then say you can go and collect it from a police station at this day, but you have to give us your name and all this other tad when people don't give them the name. So this bit here is pretty irrelevant unless if you make them all walk about with the old yellow slips, or if you want to do it new, give them those little tiny printers where they can just print it off there and then and make them walk about with that. But so far, I don't think he said what he was expecting to find. He said what section he's using, his name and his station. And this here, I'm assuming, is basically the section as well. But he did lie straight to Reggie's face about the reason, because Reggie said he couldn't remember. No, Reggie said he don't like police and he doesn't want to interact with you. Reggie got it right on the dot. He doesn't have to interact with you. And it does not give you grounds, in my opinion, to search somebody, regardless if it's a high drug area. But let's continue.
So let's say you're entitled to a copy of the search record now or within the next 3 months from the station. All right.
Can you give me a copy of search today?
Sorry.
Can you give me a copy of search today?
By all means, I think I've got a printer in my car.
Have you?
So yeah, well, you can go to the station. It'll be ready for you.
I don't do drugs, my friend.
I know that's fine, mate.
These
That's fine.
grounds seem funny just for turning down the street and then realising
Just
I'm in.
because it's quite a high profile
It's
area
just-
here for drug using. And
I don't take drugs,
exchange. I'm not
honest.
saying you are, but we're just saying because
I don't
if
accept.
It,
I don't.
I'm
If
going
you
to
let
put
me
these on the
finish
floor
what
so
I'm
I
saying.
don't. Tell you what, I'll put them back on the
Yeah, but I don't expect to be turned over just because the area is that way.
No, I know, but because it's a high crime drug area and they do quite a lot of drug dealing in this area.
Yeah.
We've seen you, you've seen us, you've actively turned away from us. We've tried to stop you 3 times and you carried on walking. And
No, I
ignored
said I
us,
can't hear you.
Which is fair enough, but we shouted you several times. If you've not got anything on you, that's absolutely fine. But
I'll say you're not in any,
no,
any
you're
trouble.
No, but this search is going against my. Like you just touched my buttock, right?
I'm searching you.
Yeah, but I don't want you to touch my buttock.
Right, have you got anything in your back pockets?
Nothing whatsoever. I'd have emptied my pockets for you.
That's fine. Right, that search is negative.
Yeah.
Right, so you're now free to go.
Yeah.
So as I say, I can get a printer from my car if you want, and I'll give you a copy now.
Yeah. Where's your car, my friend?
With parts company. Is it back up there? It's over that way, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'd like the search record, please.
That's fine.
Because is there anything you put on the floor out of my pockets?
no, I've put all your
Oh,
change back,
back
in
in
there
the
just so
money.
I didn't get lost.
So basically, my friend, yeah, I walked down the street. I realised I'm walking into a dead end.
Right.
Yeah. And I backtracked on myself. and I wanted to walk away back out of this
So
estate.
it was twice. So I've already said my grounds already, but it was twice. So you've seen us the first time. I've said hi, and you've turned around. We've then seen you again coming around the corner. You've met eye contact with me, and then you've actively turned back round and started walking another way. All right.
So was I detained for that search?
Sorry. Then I told you that you were detained for the purpose of search.
So when's the detainment
Right,
over?
Look, I've already told you that you're not.
I'm no longer detained. Okay, so right. Okay, I do like a copy of the search, my friend. Yeah,
Not a problem.
because I don't
That's
think the
fine.
grounds was right then what you just did.
That's fair enough. That's fair. I've told you my grounds.
Yeah,
Search for
hey,
fully-
mate, you're very polite and all the rest of it,
No, it's fine.
and you've not put me in handcuffs.
You've been
You
fine
know.
with- Look, listen, you've been fine with me.
I'm
the
not a
whole time.
dangerous person or anything like that. But basically, it was just a miss. It was just a I've gone down the wrong street. I'm looking out for somebody's car. I've realised I've gone down the wrong street, and that was it, my friend. You know.
No, that's fine. But obviously, from us, obviously we're on foot patrol. From where it looked, obviously you met eye contact with us twice, and each time you've walked in an opposite direction.
But I don't trust police, my friend,
no.
and you've given me a reason why I can't. Because basically, what that tells me is I can't change direction in the street we aren't being detained and searched. But I don't take drugs. I can give you a drug test now, mate, and I can give you an hair follicle test.
No, I'm not saying you do take drugs.
No, but you just detained me for a drug search. Was it section 23?
Section 23 misuse, yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is basically, right, I don't take drugs, I definitely don't deal drugs, so therefore,
But I didn't say that you did.
no, but you must have had suspicion that you thought that I must have dabbled in two of them scenarios there to search me.
I believe you could have had drugs on you, yes.
But there was no grounds for that, my
I've
friend.
already told you.
There was no grounds. What, just for changing direction? That's
So-
not grounds, my friend.
So no, just hear me out. So obviously on the search record, it'll say everything. The reason, so everything I've already explained to you
Yeah.
will be on there. All right. So 'cause I keep repeating it, like the grounds.
Yeah, but you
I don't have an
don't
issue with-
feel that you have to keep repeating it. I don't want you to keep repeating yourself. But what I'm trying to say is this: if the grounds ain't met from the very beginning,
They were.
there wasn't. Not for misuse of drugs act. You could have stopped me and said, "Hey, it looks like you're evading my thingy." I stopped when you come and I said, so therefore, where's the drugs coming to that? There's no drugs in that, my friend.
Right. Okay. Look, you clearly don't agree with me. That's fine.
Well, you've no evidence.
It's on suspicion. So, if
So,
I suspect,
so if I suspect you of being like, let's just say, you go out at night,
cars,
bike seats, right? What proof have I got of that? Just
I
because,
don't know what you're getting at. It's two totally different.
because it's bizarre, isn't it? You get what I'm saying?
Look, are you willing to give me a name for the search record or not?
No, because I like to keep my anonymity, you know.
No, it's fine, mate. It's totally it's,
So I'm going to end that video right there. As you heard Reggie, I think he hit the nail on the head there. What that cop is basically saying is you cannot change directions. Yeah, you cannot change directions while in the presence of a police twat. Just in case he's then gonna suspect you of having some sort of drugs or weapons or something, some reason to search you. And then he also hit the nail on the head there. He doesn't trust police, and this is just another example why he shouldn't. They don't help themselves, do they, in these situations? I totally agree with Reggie as well. I don't believe he had a reasonable grounds to suspect that Reggie had drugs at all. He even said it himself. He didn't believe that he was going to find that Reggie was a dealer or he was a drug user. So you've just admitted that you didn't believe that Reggie was a dealer or a drug user, but you still had reasonable grounds to suspect that he had drugs on him. So if you're not a dealer or a user, why would you have drugs on you? Makes no sense, does it? So that's what I honestly believe about this. The police there didn't like the fact that Reggie didn't want to talk to him, give him the cold shoulder. So they, in my opinion, abused Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act. Sometimes it'll be, Section 50 of the Police Reform Act. And it goes on and on and on. They abuse certain sections to have a searcher or demand your name and your address and all that sort of stuff. I am going to stop ranting here. But let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and I'll catch you on the next one.